Leo. I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-June through mid-July career tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your job. Where is it that you can possibly level up in those areas of your life? We do have Uranus moving into the sign of Gemini. Remember, Uranus was in Taurus for quite a few years, I think like the last 7 years. And so this is going to be big movement shifts for all of us with our careers, with our jobs, because it was in a money house, and you all being a fellow fixed sign, this is definitely going to affect you as it moves out of Taurus. But we also have retrograde season starting. We have Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury all retrograding in between mid-June and mid-July. So lots going on, Leo. Take a look at the description box below for all of the important dates. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I would love if you would. All right, Leo, let's get into it. So mid-June finds you with the Six of Wands in the reverse, as well as the Chariot card, Cancerian energy there. Jupiter did just move into Cancer, so that definitely could be something there. As we move into later part of June, Queen of Wands and the Hangman. So lots of major arcanas here, the Chariot and the Hangman already, Leo. As we move into July, Three of Pentacles in the reverse, working with colleagues, working with clients, as well as the Seven of Cups. Opportunities and options coming up, and by the time we get into mid-July, the Judgment card, some type of finality could be on the way, Leo, as well as the Three of Wands. So you have a lot of indecision I can see here in your cards. The Hangman, this Three of Wands in reverse, Seven of Cups, lots going on for you, Leo. So let's go ahead and ask Spirit to send you a card representing the energy that you bring into mid-June. This could have been back in May. Spirit, what does my Leos need to see of the energy they bring into mid-June and July? And you have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So the Ten of Swords is mentally being spent, getting to the end of a cycle where you're just feeling like you can't put out any more energy, and especially it's not in a productive way for your mind. With it in reverse, this could be a definitely an energy that you have been trying to push through. Maybe you have gotten to the end of a cycle, but you just haven't been able to move on to that next step of starting something new. And I do feel like the month of June and July could be this opportunity to get the reins of those horses and get them going in the direction that you want them to, and making sure you're not spending more time in this mentally contemplative state of not moving forward. And I think that's going to be big for you all, because like I said, I do see some finalities. The Judgment card, the Hangman, those are cards of where is it that you are trying to end a cycle, but you don't know which direction to go. So definitely pay attention to people who come into your life this month, Leo. Also, pay attention to what is going on with Mercury, because Mercury is in your sign and will retrograde in the month of July. And so I do think that's going to be some of that indecision, is Mercury in your sign retrograding. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle message card. Spirit, what do you have for my Leos? And you have the Four of Cups in reverse. So interesting that you have two reversals. So that Four of Cups in reverse could be this energy of someone coming to you for someone's trying to lend you some emotional help. Someone is trying to give you some ideas, give you some support, but you have been ignoring them. And so there is going to be this time during June and July, Leo, that you're going to need to lean on others. You're going to need to ask for help, or you're going to need to come to this realization on your own of what resources you do need, and going out into the world and requesting them, whether it's with your spirit guides, with physical people. Emotional help, healing is what you are lacking. And I do think that during this time, you're going to really need to pay attention to how is it that you are going about looking for a job or going about tackling those big items at your work. I do think as we come into this period, June 15th, Mars in Leo squares Uranus and Taurus. This is tension between your family work-life balance, but also Jupiter in Cancer squares Saturn in Aries on the 15th. The 15th is a big day and it's a big week. And I will tell you that this Chariot card in the upright is very positive. Even though you were passed over possibly for a promotion, passed over for a job opportunity, Spirit is telling you rejection is protection, meaning like you are going in the right direction. Do not worry about what has passed you by. And I do think that Mars entering Virgo on the 17th, and then that summer solstice, Sun entering Cancer on the 20th, this is going to be a brand new opportunity to really go in the direction that you want to go. I do feel like many of you all have been just going step by step because your employer has told you to, or a client has told you to, and now you're like, you know what, I'm ready to boss up, do things the way that I want to, run my own business, run my own department. There's something here that is very satisfying and gratifying after whatever this was you were passed over for. And I will tell you, Leo, that was good that you were passed over for that, because that was going to bring more tension. That was something you didn't even want to do. And I do think that by time you are ending June, Hangman, Queen of Wands, this is trying to look at the situation from a different vantage point. By time we do move into the latter part of June, when we have that Cancer new moon on the 25th, really take some time and figure out how you can create better life balance for you, work versus your family. I do think there's some nurturing vibes here with that Queen of Wands. And I do think Mercury entering your sign on June 26th is going to start turning communications more your way. You're going to now try to figure out where is it that you can use this to be more courageous in the areas that you're trying to work on. So if you are trying to find a new job, this is going to help you get that courage. You're going to be able to have more of that moving into July. And I do think once we get to July 4th, Neptune turns retrograde in Aries. So pay attention, though, to where it is that you are trying to juggle different vantage points, and how is it that you can make sure you're not seeing life through rose-colored glasses, and you're really making sure that as you come into July, you're working with people in a better way. Now, I will tell you, once we are in July, Venus entering Gemini also on the 4th, Neptune retrograde in Aries on the 4th. This is so much going on in the beginning of July. And I do think that you are having challenges figuring out who is your tribe, who are the people you really want to work with. I do think that Uranus entering Gemini on July 7th is going to be huge for the mental psyche of everyone, because we've had all of this very firm Taurian energy, and I do think that that is going to throw you into a different headspace. All of these options are going to start becoming available after you realize maybe this isn't the tribe I want to work with. Maybe these colleagues, maybe this job, maybe these clients are not who is for me. And I do think these options are going to need to be narrowed down, Leo. I do think that Mercury in your sign, though, is going to create, I don't want to say confusion, but a slowdown of mental acuity, if you will. And I do think that as you come into mid-July, 3 of Wands in reverse, Judgment card, this is now a Capricorn full moon. And at this Capricorn full moon, you could now see this finality of what you were looking for earlier in this year. And I do think your goals are going to shift. Your strategy is going to shift. And I do think that by time you are entering the 13th of July, Saturn retrograde begins in Aries, and on the 18th, Mercury retrogrades in your sign, Leo. So this is a lot going on here as you enter into that deeper part of July. Judgment card is you needing to come to an end of a cycle, but you're not sure where to go. You're not sure what are the next steps. And I do think this Three of Wands in reverse is asking you to really look at where is it that you want to go? Where is it that you see yourself in a year, 5 years? And I think that's going to be huge as Mercury goes through your sign, Leo, because Mercury is asking you to get really clear on where do you need courage to enter into a different space. I think that Hangman and Chariot card are saying you got this, but you're just going to have to be firm as to what your decisions are and make a clear path for yourself. So I hope this was helpful for you, Leo. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series. If you haven't taken a look at those June monthlies, I think those will help you too. It will be a nice blend of seeing how the energies match up for you. So have a great June and July.